afternoon and welcome to the round 6 action where we have Fitzroy taking on Morphettville Park at the home of Fitzroy Football Club. We are currently in the first quarter. We have 2 goals to nil at this stage. Welcoming today, Emma Sampson. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
It's a little bit wet out here today, just some light drizzle happening on the field today. However, these girls have showed some pretty good skills to start off with in the first quarter. Free kick there going Morphettville Park's way. Into the mark, opportunity, picks it up. And that is a goal. Goal to Melanie Elsgood. Running through our goal scorers for the Morphettville Footy Park is Caitlin Swanson has one and Lisa Whiteley has one a little bit earlier on. Sorry for our delay in our live broadcast. A few little hiccups which have been sorted out, but we're now on track for some really good footage for the rest of the day.
Yeah, and Fitzroy have had quite a bit of the ball, but Morphettville Park have gone in twice and scored 2 goals, but a good one to get back there for Fitzroy.
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah Foot's been fantastic in the first quarter already. Plenty of clearances coming from her from Fitzroy. Wrapped up in the tackle, Lucy Bellinger going in there. Wrapped up strongly by 3 Fitzroy players. Another hit out to Leah Cutting. She's managed to get most of the hit outs this quarter thus far. Playing in front there. Good hands. Mark out in the far pocket. We've got Caitlin Swanson out there. Kicks it on the inside. Hits the post.
She's been pretty dangerous up there.
Very much so. Found her down in the back pocket just before and she launched away all the way forwards and snuck in a goal. Strong mark there. Fitzroy's tackling early has been quite good, and there's at least 2 or 3 people around the contest at each time. So very, very solid in their contact.
Yeah, Morphettville Park are trying to run the ball a fair bit, which is their strong point.
Another hit out by Leah Cutting. Just over the shoulder there.
Dangerous switch there.
Very risky switch on the inside. Can they make them pay, Bookdrina? Oh, hits another post. 2 posters in the space of a minute. Unlucky there.
Yeah, good pressure by Morphettville Park. They've not given Fitzroy anything easy so far.
No.
And another turnover. Very unselfish there to give up to the lead.
Finds the target in Lucy Bellinger. Generally a very good kick of the footy. Hope I haven't put the jinx on her there. Sorry, Luce.
I think you owe her one.
Yep, sorry about that, Luce. We'll get back in. But she was a lovely kick of the footy.
Bit of a run for the fullback to get the ball. Quite a interesting shaped ground here at Fitzroy Footy Club.
We're currently sitting near the dugouts and the other side of the oval doesn't quite seem to exist at this point in time. Hannah Martin chasing after the ball as she has done all season. Phoebe Edwards in there with a little soccer off the ground. Really good pressure by both sides, moving the ball forwards. Heaps of pressure coming in from Fitzroy and Morphettville Park. Phoebe Edwards there just with a little bit of a careless act, a little bit of a high tackle now going to Morphettville Park. Plenty of options in forward. Just chips it over the top. And the ruckman, cutting, dropping the mark.
Good follow-up.
Good shepherd. Very good shepherd by cutting. Fitzroy on the rebounds. Spots up in the middle. Good hit. Gets the hands out. Few handballs finding the inside. Gets the kick inside. Hannah Martin 1-on-3. Great tackle cutting. Unfortunately just holding on a little bit long there. Morphettville Park just seem to be running in numbers at the moment. First to the footy.
Yeah, the lights have just come on here. It's a bit gloomy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody inside forward 50. They are all running. All running. Soccer's off the ground. Just across the goal face. Very smart footy there.
Yeah, good effort there.
Fantastic. We've got a throw in at the forward pocket of Morphettville Park. Fitzroy find themselves getting a free kick in that contest. Just boots it long down the line. Two Morphettville Park players there. Once again, some really good tackling. We're going to get another throw up. Rain just starting to drizzle a little bit more, getting a little bit heavier.
Just, I think, some good pressure there by Fitzroy not to let Morphies just run it out of defence there. So they're just locking it in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Another ball up.
Good clearance by Maritz.
Maritz is there. We've got another free kick here to Fitzroy. But seem to be playing footy all on one side at the moment. Great smother.
I think it's hurt her a bit.
Absolutely.
Bit of a
she's definitely smothered that one with her nose, I think. Great smother, all the best. Straight down the line again. Good use of the body there. Rolls on quickly. Holding on there. Leah cutting with a couple of holding on a little bit early. A little bit reckless. Straight up the line. We're going to have another ball in. How's the smother? Was a great smother?
In the eye.
So there's a little bit of squinting going on at the moment beside us. Great tap.
Good pressure by Morphies.
Absolutely, getting some
Another
good hands
good smother.
Brooke Trevina picks it up. Kicks inside. Caitlin Swanson in front again.
Player.
Looking inside. Someone for coming on the hands.
Good shepherd as well.
Oh, looking for the inside. Another great smother. Pressure's been really good by Fitzroy. They're not letting anything easy occur today.
And Dawes got the free kick there. Having a shot.
Nearly a mark there, and there's gone through for another behind.
So Morphettville Park's pressure just probably a little bit better than Fitzroy's at
Yeah.
the moment, just causing those turnovers around the half-back area.
And then getting really deep entries in as well, just really putting the Fitzroy defence under pressure. And again, Phoebe Edwards with the tacket there.
Another holding on free.
Bettino's had a little bit of the ball in this first quarter. She just puts it in long out in the wing. Great hands there. Phoebe Edwards moving the ball forwards. Just needs to gather. Keeps moving the ball forwards though. Excellent footy play. Turns around on her right. Who's there? Goal right in the square. Sorry, mark right in the square.
Great passage of play by Bedell there.
Absolutely.
Just moving it forwards, gets a quick kick and
And they are on the board. Roxanne Dodd there with the goal.
yeah, good bit of play there. They just moved the ball a bit quicker and just got out the back of Morphettville Park, who have been pushing up really high and trying to lock the ball in their forward line.
Yeah, absolutely. And just coming off the back of what you said, Bedell absolutely moving the ball up from the wing. She couldn't quite gain possession, but just kept moving the footy in front of her and just gaining that space. So probably gained a good 40 to 50 metres just doing that.
She's quite athletic and quite quick as well.
Yeah.
Like for a tall player.
Absolutely. Back in the middle for another ball up. Plenty around the footy at this stage. Little kick out. Good pick up there with the hands. And the football's out. And that is the siren. First quarter done and dusted. We have 2 goals 1 Fitzroy to 2 goals 5 Morphettville Park. Not a bad quarter.
Yeah, a good comeback there by Fitzroy in the second half of that quarter. They started really well but couldn't capitalise.
Yeah.
Morphettville got a couple of quick goals, but then a good finish by Fitzroy late in the quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree. The pressure, I think, from both sides is definitely quite high. The intent is always there to really just get that footy and continue to move it forward for both sides. So great first quarter here.
Yeah, I think Morphettville locked it in their 50 for quite a long period of time, but just couldn't put it on the scoreboard. 5 behind, so if they fix up that aspect of their game, they'll be well and truly on top of this game, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the rain's coming down a bit steadier at the moment.
Solid. 2 goal 1 doesn't equal 9. It's definitely 13-17.
Having a good time of it. Put that in that pocket, and then we'll be sorted. It's just the heavy bit. Putting it in my pocket.
I'm just hanging onto it. I'm just holding it.
It's like your microphone. Yep. Sorry about that.
Thanks. I said
Hope that's not your bad ankle.
It is, but that's okay.
Stay away.
Nah, it's fine. Oh, hey. Hey.
Get back on your feet.
Yes, good scoring. Now we're up and about. Yep. Welcome back. Second quarter action just about to get underway. It's a little bit wet, dreary, a little bit of wind, and the lights are on here, making for tough conditions, Sambo.
Yeah, definitely. The ground looks in pretty good nick though. Like we obviously haven't had a lot of rain in Adelaide, so shouldn't hopefully affect it too much. Like we said before, Morphettville Park have been putting the pressure on, but not quite getting reward for their effort inside their 50, and Fitzroy getting a couple of late goals really puts them in this game. It
does, absolutely. And we've got a really good contest here. We are separated by just a couple of points. The pressure's been really good in the first quarter as well, so hopefully these girls can continue up with that pressure.
Yeah, that's what Fitzroy have to do to really counter Morphettville Park's run and carry, so see how they come out in this second quarter.
So we've got Leah cutting there in the middle and Megan Rich. Ball goes up. Leah cutting with another hit out. She's just been very dominant inside and becoming very good at the following up afterwards as well, getting that pressure on to really tackle in the next phase.
Yeah, I really like that about her game today, just the second efforts when the ball's on the ground.
Another really good tackle there.
In the sandpit.
Yes, just having a little bit of a play.
A bit in her shoes, I reckon.
Goes for the handball, cutting, not quite expecting that one. Fitzroy looking for the hands out. I reckon we're going to have another ball up here.
It's really important that you can get that really good follow-up from your ruckman so that they're almost like an extra midfielder for you.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can do a little bit more extra and really tackle, then that's always an added bonus. Really good tackle in there by Chelsea Bedell. Just a free kick in the back there.
Going the wrong way?
Yep. Jen Do definitely going the wrong way, but that's okay. Quickly works it out. Call to play on now. Happens to back right into Lucy Bellinger's hands, who plays in front. Long kick inside 50. Bit of a bump out there, and Whiteley is now going to get the free kick.
She looked very dangerous up there, Whiteley. Always presents really well and just really strong, so really makes the defenders a bit nervous, I think.
And there's good size to her as well. It's like a very good footballing body. Makes it very, very difficult to match up on. Very smart. Goes for the option, centering ball, right back to the person that passed it to her in the first place, and Lucy Bellinger.
And Lucy Bellinger as well, like just fantastic work rate. Always leading up, works really hard, and hopefully for her sake can kick the ball nice and straight this time.
Yeah.
As long as you don't jinx her.
I'm not going to say a thing. I'm just going to be quiet. Seems like I'm going to be quiet every time Lucy has the ball and has a shot for goal. Lucy Bellinger put it straight through the middle. Morphettville Park now moving on to 3 goals 5, while Fitzroy is still at 2 goals 1. Just constant pressure, I guess, there in the middle, and and just sort of holding the footy up and waiting for the right opportunity, and was rewarded in the end.
Yeah, and a couple of really good lead-ups by the forwards, so Lucy Bellinger and to Whiteley, and then Lucy Bellinger worked really hard back to the square and led out again, and she really had two options there. She had Caitlin Swanson or Bellinger, and just a really good kick by Whiteley as well.
Absolutely. Back in the middle, balling it up. Leah Cutting with the tap out there. Plenty around the ball, handball out the back. Kicks inside 50, there she is again, Lucy Bellinger. Follows it up with a really strong tackle. Manages to swing away.
Yep, some good pressure to lock it in the forward line there.
There's plenty of players around this footy. Over there on the far side, holding the ball. Just waiting to see which way it's going to go. It's going to go Morphettville Park's way. Number 5, Lauren Buchanan. Is she going to have a shot here, you reckon? She looks pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Looks like a pretty good kick. It's just going to go through, sneak through for a behind.
More of that really good forward pressure by Morphettville Park there. They just do not let Fitzroy exit easily out of their defence.
No, very relentless. Just looking here now, they're going to have to kick to a pack here. Brings it out wide. Looking for the quick kick out, instead gets the hands out. Jen Du just puts it on the boot. Playing in front, unfortunately couldn't get the mark. However, it doesn't matter. Whiteley again on the boot, right snap, goals. It's pretty simple, isn't it?
It is sometimes. When you just keep locking it in your 50, you just have the weight of outnumbers, and eventually you're going to get the goal. So good hard work there by Morphettville Park.
Very good pressure. Moving along very quickly to 4 goals 6 now is Morphettville Park, with Fitzroy with the 2 goals 1 at the moment. But I feel we've still got a little bit more to see from Fitzroy today.
Just got to find that pressure that they had in the first quarter to stop Morphettville Park's quick ball movement and run.
Yeah. Another tap out there by Leah Cutting. Hannah Martin, we haven't seen a lot of her just yet, but she probably needs a few more contributors today, just to help her out a little bit. She's still following the ball, gathers, runs inside, looking for a target. Lovely lace out kick. Really good spoil there. Really good spoil. Smothered off the boot. Once again, another really good tackle.
Oh, that was a clever kick.
Very smart.
There.
Hannah Priest is getting a fair bit of the footy out there on the I guess the forward flank area, just running up along there, the forward flank, doing a lot of pressure work and allowing the footy to come straight back inside.
It looks like they've answered back with a quick goal there.
Very quick reply.
That started with some really hard work from Hannah Martin on the wing. She just won that contested ball and came back inside.
Yep. A
good kick up forward and then some good follow-up by the Fitzroy girls.
Absolutely. Emily Bryant there with the goal. A really good reply back, like Sambo just said, with absolute pressure coming out of the middle, and absolutely Hannah Martin finding a bit of the footy. She's always dangerous. Back in the middle. Lots of people running in for that one. Free kick, Morphettville Park.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, but...
Get some ball moving very quickly, spots up a player. Looking for a target inside 50 now. A few little movements. Caitlin Swanson, absolutely. 2 hands to the footy. Playing in front now. Morphettville Park with numbers. Just Makes it a little bit easier to get the footy out. However, that one's just going to trickle outside of the boundary. Caitlin Swanson nearly got up there.
Yeah, that was a good attempt there. Just couldn't quite hold it.
No. That's good. The throw in. Little clever backwards tap there by Cutting. Jendu trying to find her way through traffic. Fitzroy gets the hands out and takes the steal. Now wrapped up.
Some good hands in there, but Morphettville Park have set up really well behind the ball, so it's pretty hard for Fitzroy to run it out.
Absolutely. Little tap in front. Erica Spawn finding a fair bit of footy in this second quarter, getting a few really important clearances. Here she is again. Hannah Martin, though, steals it right out of her pocket. Great tackle. Handballs inside. There she's again. Erica just gets it on the boot. The hands are out. Leah Cutting tackling at Hannah Martin there. We're going to have another stoppage. That's once again like a ruckman chasing down a little speedster in Hannah Martin.
Yep, good competitor, Leah Cutting. Dangerous spot for Morphettville Park here, and they've got some dangerous forwards, so we see what they can do here.
Oh, Fitzroy nearly got it out there. They were away. But we're going to have another ball up inside Morphettville Park's forward 50. Cutting with the tap, Lucy Bellinger just paddling in front. Gets the pick up. Push out there. It's going to go Fitzroy's way. Good, really great effort there on the last line of defence. Gets in front and earns herself a free kick.
Yeah, the poor defenders don't always get a lot of frees, but that one was there.
Yes, lots of love there. Chelsea Bedell goes up for a really clean mark, but unfortunately just can't bring it down. It's going to run out of bounds. We're going to have another ball up. A little bit of helpful tips there from the Morphettville Park bench. Gets the hands out the back, only by Fitzroy there.
There's a lot of players around the ball. It's going to be hard to break out of this congestion. Just need one player to break the line from either team. Or a tap.
Or a tap, yeah, long tap. Buchanan's really trying to get that footy out there. Jen Do first to the footy out there. Fitzroy picks it up, great tackle by Do. Fitzroy with a kick, just across the face of the 50. Morphettville Park running in numbers. You've only got Chelsea Bedell against 3 Morphettville Park.
Here comes the cavalry.
Yeah. We're going to get a ball up here on the wing, just in front of us now.
I think that's a win for Fitzroy there when it was 3-on-1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chelsea Bedell did a great job there just to keep the ball moving again.
She's a very solid competitor, Chelsea is. She'll never give it up easily, so it's a very good win there. Leah Cutting giving away a free kick there, I think, in the ruck. Fitzroy looking for options down the line. We're just going to put it on the boot, and Hannah Martin's going to sit nicely under that. Unfortunately, just drops the mark. Follows it up, though.
She just breaks the tackle, doesn't she? She just does this little shimmy, and no one can seem to tackle her.
Yeah, you just can't grab hold of her. Kicks it nicely inside. A few players on their hands and knees just trying to get hold of that Sharon. We're going to have another ball up. This time we're heading down towards Fitzroy's forward 50. See if I can't get my words out. Really strong tackle there by Hannah Martin.
And Fitzroy have done well to sort of hold Morphettville Park up, and everyone's going to be pretty tired now. There's been lots of tackling, so it'll be interesting the last part of this quarter.
Tackling is a little bit wet. It always takes it out of you a little bit more as well. Probably looking at about 12 players around this ball at the moment. Hannah Martin just taps it through to herself, gives the hands out wide.
Another strong tackle.
Yeah. Another really big congested play with plenty of people around the ball, but Chelsea Bedell finds a way through. Just puts it on the boot. Lucy Bellinger just held on to a little bit there. That's the pros of being first to the footy. Kicks it inside 50. 2v1. Two Morphettville players there just wanting to both shepherd, and Fitzroy comes in, swoops it up. We're going to have a ball up. Probably about 30, 25 out from the Morphettville Park goals. High tackle. Free kick going to Hannah Priest. Probably a reward for effort if she can get this one through.
Not quite.
Not quite, just misses to the right. I thought she's had a pretty sound quarter and probably could have really looked for the reward there.
Ball just might be getting a bit slippery off the side of the boot there.
Yeah. Rain still trickling down. Lights are still on. Ball
Nice
goes out
mark
wide.
there.
Very good mark. Three Fitzroy there tackling one more field player and Jennifer Dew. Jen tries to get the hands out, but the pressure from Fitzroy is coming in thick and fast. First to the footy. Goes for the kick off the ground. Just misses a little bit there. Solid tackle. Just trying to work out who laid that tackle.
There.
Lauren Medato. Fantastic tackle there. Goes in, tries to get the handballs out again. Lauren does. Plenty of numbers around this football. It's out on the far side. Well, we've got a couple of really good passages of play throughout the game, I guess, as the rain goes on and it's getting a little bit more windy here as well. The game's sort of getting a little bit more scrappier, I guess, and plenty more stoppages.
Contested.
Good hands off the deck. Kicks inside 50. Lucy Bellinger putting herself in the spot just under a little bit. Fitzroy come away with it. Solid tackle. Ball comes out.
Tackle.
It was a great tackle. Roxanne Dodd. Ball's going to come out for another throw in. Roxanne Dodd just coming out of nowhere and just absolutely surprising her, and the ball
was
came
a solid tackle.
We'll remember to get out of the way of that one. Leah Cutting takes it out of the ruck, goes for the kick, snap inside, across the face of goal. Whiteley's on the hunt. Just goes out of bounds.
Smart play there by Cutting, just couldn't quite find the target.
Just another free kick there going against Leah Cutting, just trying to outmuscle her opposition and gave away front spot there. Fitzroy with a bit of a kick off the side of the boot, and Phoebe Edwards there picks it up. play on, not 15. Boots the ball long, deep inside, forward 50. Handball inside. Door on the right. Goes through for another behind. It's going to be 4 goals 8 to Morphettville Park, 3 goals 1 to Fitzroy. What do Fitzroy need to do to get it down the other end?
They just need to take it on a bit. It's very contested at the moment. If they can just break a line and get someone run and carry a little bit, you know, it's pretty open. They've actually got someone sitting in the 50 by themselves. So if they do get it out past this forward press of Morphettville Parks, which we know is pretty solid for the last few years.
Yes.
Yeah, that's their challenge. And for Morphettville Park, it's just trying to kick straight, really, and use their opportunities.
Yes, 4 goals 8 is they're not getting their reward for effort in terms of scoreboard, but their pressure around the ground's been really, really good. Another tap inside Morphettville Park. Forward 50. Trevina hands out. Door puts it on the right. Lucy Bellinger is tackled solidly by 2 players. We're going to have another ball up inside the forward 50 of Morphettville Park.
Just a minute and a half to go. So Fitzroy will want to withstand the siege, and Morphettville Park will want to capitalise on all their momentum.
Absolutely. Pushed out of the way there, Trevina. Inside the 50. Here possibly could be Fitzroy's chance if they can just get it forwards a little bit more.
Even this stoppage here is probably a win for Fitzroy, so that they can get numbers to the ball and reset their forward structure.
So players now starting to sort of shape the field a little bit more in terms of positioning rather than just around the footy.
Good
Great.
Shepherd.
Great Shepherd. Hands are out. Gets on the boot. Just off hands. Oh, Bedell's very close to getting the pick up there. Good follow-up pressure. Just a little bit reckless in the tackle there, but really good by the Morphettville Park player, just stepping over the footy. And that is the second quarter done and dusted. A really good quarter by probably Morphettville Park. I think they had more of the play in that quarter, and whilst didn't quite capitalise on the scoreboard, which can be a little bit frustrated for coach there, Tammy Scott. But all in all, pretty good pressure around the ground.
Yeah, they'll be happy with the way they've locked it in their forward line, but just wanting to capitalise on all their momentum in the third quarter. But for Fitzroy as well, I think they'll be pretty happy with the scoreboard, considering they probably only, well, I don't even know if they went into their forward 50 very much that quarter, so they'll be pretty happy that they withstood the siege of Morphettville Park and try and regroup at half-time for a good third quarter.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Morphettville Park definitely on top at the moment.
I tend to agree.
Welcome to this JMSC Josh Marta Strength Conditioning Information Series. In this series that's going to be running throughout the season, we're going to be covering injury prevention, load management, foundation strength, power, and basically strength conditioning for female footballers. I hope you enjoy what we're about to show you and you take something from it that you can then implement with yourself or your teams. Enjoy. Today we want to talk about in-season performance management. So one of the things, one of the main questions that I get a lot from girls coming into train is, what can we do in season to maintain strength and fitness without impacting performance? A lot of times what we'll see is that you might get 2 to 3 weeks into a season, potentially 4 to 5 weeks into a season, and injury fatigue starts to set in. What we need to understand first and foremost is from pre-season to in-season, strength training, if it is done, tends to decrease, and the run load increases. The intensity of training also goes from an increase to a decrease. What tends to happen here is that from all the work you've done in the pre-season, as you start to go into the season, your run load gets more, the strength training intensity goes down, you're more prone to injury and more prone to fatigue because you're not getting the consistent progression of strength. So what we want to try and do in season is maintain a 10 to 15% change in load weekly. So ways you can do this at home is, if you are training from pre-season to in-season, tracking your kilometers, tracking your heart rate averages, tracking your reps and sets if you are doing strength training. So all this can be done with a Garmin, with any type of sort of phone or tracking system. You can do it yourself. From this, once you start to track that, you can start to see how your loads will change pre-season to in-season and then onwards. As soon as you get a drop too low, outside of or lower than 10%, you're looking at a risk of detraining. As soon as you increase it more than 15 to 20%, you're starting to look at overtraining. Both of these things will lead to injury or fatigue. In season, looking at a weekly breakdown and how we tend to structure our programs here is at the start of the week, we do our heavy sessions. That might be strength or full body compound work or power. Towards the game sessions on the weekend, we will look at lighter sessions, which may be integration, maybe movement, maybe some core work, or some priming, which is similar to power work, but a lot lower load and a lot lower volume and a lot lower intensity, but lots of throwing or jumping, short sets, short reps, lots of rest. That's how we can sort of maintain strength and performance and fitness in season, coming from that pre-season base. Thank you for watching our latest episode. If you wish to minimize yourself or your players' risk of injury or take their strength and power to the next level, be sure to check out our website or contact myself or one of our trainers for further information. See you again next week.
welcome back for the second half of Fitzroy Women's Football Club taking on Morphettville Women's Football Club. Current score is 4 goals 8, Morphettville Park's way, 3 goals 1 to Fitzroy. Sambo, it's been a bit of a tale. First quarter, really good battle from both of them in terms of intensity and tackling pressure and sort of taking their opportunities when they move forward into the forward 50. And second quarter kind of went a little bit more Morphettville Park's way in terms of pressure and then putting a score on the board, but they probably could have got a couple more goals out of that as well.
Yeah, Morphettville Park really just set up really well that quarter with their forward press, locked it in their forward line for a very big chunk of that quarter, and unfortunately for them they just couldn't quite capitalise on the scoreboard. But I think if they build that same pressure again this quarter, like Fitzroy will be pretty tired from a lot of defence and they might be able to capitalise.
Yep.
On the other hand, if Fitzroy can bring that intensity and pressure that they had in the first quarter, then we saw that how quickly they can move the ball when they move it well, and they got one of their goals from that really quick ball movement when they got over the back of Morphettville Park. So yeah, for their sake they just need to come out, put the pressure on Morphettville Park and then try and get that spread happening.
It's been a very tough day in terms of conditions. It's been raining for a majority of the game. It's not too heavy, however it's just annoying. There's been a little bit of breeze going as well. We've got a nice little sand pitish area there in the middle for the rucks in the midfield to take part with as well. Some standouts for you?
I think for Fitzroy we've got Chelsea Bedell's been quite strong, Hannah Martin as well around the contest. For Morphettville Park there's been quite a few contributors. Bellinger and Whiteley look very dangerous up forward. Leah Cutting's been really good in the ruck, won most of the tap outs, and also her work around the ground's been very strong.
Tend to agree. No, I think you've pretty much nailed it. There's been some really good contributors. I guess Fitzroy are just searching for those extra contributors to really help out your Hannah Martins and your Chelsea Bedell's, just to get them a little bit more service. But we're just about ready to start in the third quarter here. Ball's up, the siren's gone. And we're right into the third quarter. Leah Cutting continuing in her dominance there in the centre. Looking for the hands out, really good tackle. Trevina's not going too far there. Gets the kick out. All Fitzroy, Chelsea Bedell sitting under the footy. I think she's really been a standout for Fitzroy today and has been everywhere around the grounds.
Yeah, she's working hard today, that's for sure.
Probably missing her buddies who are currently away at state at the moment. They'll make a really big inclusion, I would imagine, heading into next weekend or the next rounds. Yeah,
definitely. But I think both teams have a few playing in the state under-18s at the moment, so probably a couple of losses for both teams. Morphettville Park just might have a little bit more depth.
Yes, a little bit more depth and a little bit more experience, I think, and that's sort of really showing today. Chasing the ball, Buchanan chasing them down. Another really quick kick forwards for Fitzroy. It seems to work well in the hands of Hannah Martin. Puts it in deep. She was taken care of after the footy was released. It's going to be a downfield free kick.
And this could be a really good start for Fitzroy if they could capitalise on this downfield free.
It's really good by Hannah Martin. Once again, like the quick kick comes out and she's very clean with picking up the footy and just takes off. Emily Bryant going for goal number 2 for herself. Leans back, puts it straight through. Really good reward there and a really quick reply, I guess, in terms of the pressure that's come from Morphettville Park early. Just really good against the grain.
Yeah, that's what Fitzroy would have wanted, to come out, get the first goal and just get that belief around the group, and hopefully they keep going with that and get the next clearance, and they'll want to get 2 in a row here.
Fitzroy 4 goals 1 to Morphettville Park 4 goals 8. With just the 7 points separating the two at this stage. The rain and the wind sort of picking up a little bit. It's quite delightful under our tent here. not so much for the players. Ball goes up. Leah Cutting with a tap out there in the middle. Quick kick out again there by Fitzroy. First to the football. Overruns it a little bit. We've got Phoebe Edwards in there trying to get the footy out. Has it dispossessed. We're going to have another ball up. Brooke Trevina looking to gets the handball out just in time. Fitzroy deep inside their forward 50. Jen Du wide out there. Really great kick out to her as well.
Yep, kick to advantage.
Absolutely.
Except she didn't quite get off her mark and it was touched. I think someone's down in the middle here.
We're going to have another ball up. Ball up?
Someone's down.
Oh dear.
Oh, she's up now.
Seems to be okay. Just got a bit of a blood rule. Seems to be a little bit coming from the nose, maybe. Running off. Very unlucky to be on the other side of the ground. It's always a long run. Just a little bit of claret coming from inside the mouth. Restart with the ball up. We've gone back to having plenty of numbers around the football. We're going to have another ball up. Hannah Martin keeping the ball moving forwards. We're going to have another ball up. Probably 50-metre mark from the Fitzroy goals.
Yeah, it's been a good start this quarter from Fitzroy. Morphettville Park just haven't quite come out the blocks yet.
No, a little bit complacent in the third quarter. And Fitzroy seem to have come out with a little bit of a pep in their step.
Another ruck infringement, I think.
Leah Cutting, unfortunately, giving away a few of those. I think that might be number 4 or 5 for her in the ruck today. Fitzroy beneficial, going inside forward 50, but it's chopped off. Great mark there in front. A little bit of a push in the back there. It's Leah Cutting getting one back. She'll be happy about that. Kick over the top to Lauren Buchanan.
Really good kick there.
The hands onto the ruckman. The running ruckman.
That's probably why they don't normally give it back to the ruckman.
Great tackle.
Fitzroy definitely have a lot more intent in this quarter than they did in the second.
Long kick. It's a really good kick. 2v1 there in favour of Morphettville Park. Finds Lauren Buchanan, who's finding a little bit more of the footy in this third quarter, working her way into her game.
Really strong overhead as well.
Chelsea Bedell chopping it off there on the half back. Gives the hands out. Kick wide down the wing. Morphettville Park taking another solid grab. It's good to see that the girls are sort of finding a bit of a kick and a bit of a mark now as well, opposed to stoppage after stoppage, which is really good. Ball up on the far wing. Leah Cutting just getting the tap inside, follows it up. And again, she's on the bottom of that pack. Numerous occasions that she's done that today.
Yeah, follow-up's been brilliant today. She actually spent a lot of time in the ruck as well, so she must be pretty fit as well.
Yeah, she's probably close to 80%. I reckon she's been in the ruck today, or even, if not a bit more. So to be able to ruck and then rove, of a better word. Got a free kick going to Morphettville Park over there on the far side. Looking for a player. Goes inside. Nearly got the clean take there.
Good contest there. Good use of the body by both players. And
Absolutely.
they both kept their feet, so good to see.
Dora and Martin there showing their Samful W expertise.
There she is again.
Gets the hands out. Priest here. Bit of a shimmy. Gets it onto the right. Finds Lucy Bellinger. Lucy looking for targets. Inside.
Great delivery there
Absolutely.
by Bellinger. And Whiteley's looking for a pass, I think.
Not paid. Gives the push in the back. Swanson in the pocket.
Unlucky, I think, there. Thought it was a good spoil.
Tend to agree.
But when you're in front and you get your two hands to the ball, you give yourself every chance.
Correct.
And Swanson will be pretty happy to stop, have a shot here, and hopefully slot it through.
She does enjoy a kick from the pocket, so possibly is in her favour. And there it is. That's why Caitlin Swanson with another goal. That's 2 for the afternoon for her, and I think credit really has to go to Whiteley and in particular Bellinger playing in front, hitting that lead up, taking it very cleanly, and then obviously delivering out to Whiteley as well. A really good link player in terms of half forward, playing chorus and a half forward.
Yeah, I think when Morphettville Park can move the ball like that, they look really dangerous inside their 50. When they bomb it in, that's when it's, you know, in Fitzroy's favour to just bring the ball to ground and get it out of there.
Yep.
So really good link-up play there.
Coach will be happy, reward for effort there. So we now move to 5 goals, 8 for Morphettville Park and 4 goals, 1 for Fitzroy. Ball thrown up in the middle. Leah cutting again with another hit out there.
To herself.
Follows it up, gets the hands out to a Fitzroy player, but that's okay. Kicks deep inside 50. Great tackle there. Swanson again. Unkind bounce. Pedler had some really good follow-up there, and we get a ball up. Leah cutting uncontested in the ruck. Just held without it. Tess Morecambe.
Yeah, a couple of times both teams have given away a few like that where they just drag them down after they've got rid of it.
Tess putting it inside. Whiteley's been pushed out, and she is going to get a free kick. Probably about 20 directly in front. I won't say anything to jinx her, but she's generally pretty good, and she's done it. It's another goal to Whiteley, who's also got 2 today. And they now move to 6 goals, 8. So 14 scoring shots to 5, which is probably starting to get a little bit more reward for effort and shows a little bit more of the dominance of Morphettville Park today. But in saying that, Fitzroy, when they have had their opportunities, have been capitalising very, very much so on getting their goals on the board.
Yeah, that's right. Especially the start that they had this quarter, they've just got to find that intensity again.
Hannah Martin trying to do all the hard work in the middle there. Trevina wraps up. We're going to have another ball up. Kicks it off the ground, smart in these conditions. 3 Morphettville Park players there just to the 1 Fitzroy. It's always going to make it very difficult, but we're going to have another ball up. Long tap. Jen Do first to the footy. In comes Hannah Martin. Really good use of the body there. It's really good to see players now sort of stepping over the football and using their bodies a little bit more in terms of their hips and the ways that they can use it. Strong tackle by Hannah. But I guess as footy grows a little bit more and learning techniques, it's really good to see the girls are starting to protect themselves a little bit better now.
Yeah, the head knocks, I think, are definitely reducing with more people playing and a standard getting better as well, so that's good to see.
Trevina finding Buchanan out there on the wing. Puts it inside forward 50. We've got another push in the back there.
Unfortunately, she just didn't need to do that because it was going over the top anyway, but when you've got a strong forward, the defender can sometimes panic a bit.
Absolutely. Cutting finds her way into the middle. Probably a really good spot for Cutting to be in. Should be liking her chances from here, I would think. Hits the post. Unlucky. Yes, there's been 3 posters down that end. Morphettville Park just moving the footy a lot cleaner now. They're finding a lot more targets inside 50 and I guess the release players out on the wing as well. Fitzroy just trying to get it out long. Morphettville Park in front. Tess Morgan with the ball again, just looking for a target inside 50. There's a bit of movement happening in there, which is good. Puts it into the space. Hands out from Whiteley. Morphettville Park there to clean up. Puts it on the boot. It's trickling out. We're going to have another ball up. Plenty of players around the footy. Inside Morphettville Park's forward 50. A strong tackle there by Priest.
Yeah, there are a lot of players around this contest. It's going to be pretty hard for Morphettville Park to get anything clean.
Morphettville Park are very well set up behind the ball as well. Sort of cutting off every exit.
And that's what they've done really well. Not just this season, but for the past few seasons, they've had a really good structure, a really good forward press, and makes it really hard for other teams to get out of defence once it's locked in.
Very much so. Ball restarts. Handball inside Fitzroy play. Just kicks outside of the forward. Morphettville Park with numbers here if they can get it clean. Fitzroy's pressure, phenomenal. Chelsea Bedell just using her body there a little bit. Picks it up. Trevina looking for a target. Doesn't quite find it. Happens to kick it to the 1 Fitzroy player in 3 Morphettville Park players. That's a really big win for Fitzroy. Pressure there. They were outnumbered for a majority of the contest and just continue to move that footy forwards, keep it in front of them, and the pressure, tackling pressure was just great.
Yeah, if Morphy Parks hit that kick in the middle, they would have been off, so they'll take that Fitzroy to get the stoppage. Now the clearance.
Brooke Trevina just puts herself in, just played on, nearly got herself run down. Really good hands. Quick release, pushed off the ball. Whiteley just a little bit there in the back of the Fitzroy player, and the tempo's gone up a little bit here. Fitzroy player, she's going to have to get rid of it.
Bit of a don't argue.
Yeah. Puts it on the boot. Phoebe Edwards there working hard. I feel Morphettville Park are feeling a little bit under siege at the moment. Tries to get the ball out. Emily Hingston just held on to there in the tackle a little bit too long by Jen Du. goes the barrel. Unfortunately, she's gone out of bounds. Not sure if she meant that, but
I don't think the coach was very happy with the attempted barrel there.
no, the words drop punt seem to fall out of his mouth. Gets up. No one wanting to go for the footy there, but in the end, Jen Do just gets wrapped up.
Right in front of us here.
It's nice to have the footy in front. Cutting, getting another tap out there. 3 players around Jen Do then. So we're into the final 2 minutes of this quarter. Tempo's really gone up in probably the last couple of minutes, just off the boot of the Fitzroy player. It's very unlucky. Charlie Dorr with a kick inside, finding Lucy Bellinger, who once again's led up really well. Looks out wide, been calling that a bit. Bellinger to Whiteley. Whiteley takes off, on the run, and goals it. Really good play there. Dorr to Bellinger, Bellinger, Whiteley, goal.
Yeah, Bellinger's field kicking, not just her leading, but her field kicking is very good too. Like, just delivers really well. Not a lot of players hit their targets every time, but she seems to.
Be very handy to have her in your centre half forward position, wouldn't it? Week in, week out.
Definitely, and then the work rate of Whiteley as well. Works up the ground, but then works really hard to get in dangerous position up forward.
So the score now moves to 7-9 for Morphettville Park, with Fitzroy the 4-1. And we are back in the middle for a ball up. Whiteley's definitely going in the wrong direction, but she very quickly works that one out and still manages to find a target. Quick hands there by Buchanan to Dorr, who's on the run. Nearly a mark out there in forward pocket. Quick hands off the ground. Bellinger got the kick away, and it's a goal on the siren.
Count
Lucy,
that one?
yeah, we'll count that one. Fantastic play there by Morphettville Park, all getting around Lucy over there in the pocket. Quick little snap.
Just a great chain handball there by Morphettville Park. They just kept the ball alive, really quick hands, moved the ball quickly, and Fitzroy were just caught off guard a bit, and then just a really good finish from the pocket.
Absolutely. The hands off the ground as well. I think that was really, really good. So heading into the third quarter break, we have Morphettville Park 8-9 to Fitzroy 4-1.
I'm not sure who the other goal scorer is.
Third quarter, pretty good. Thoughts?
Yeah, it was a good contest that quarter. Fitzroy started really well, but Morphettville Park just got their running game going and capitalised a bit better that quarter. I think they only scored one behind. So that really helps, and it gets them up and about, and then just that last goal was probably going to be on the play of the week, I reckon.
Yes, a nice little snap there from Lucy Bellinger down in the pocket. Sort of just sneaks through, and that's what footy buzz is all about, isn't it? Takes you into the fourth quarter and you got momentum, and hopefully they can finish it off as what they would be thinking in their camp. Fitzroy, what do they need to do?
Well, they need to come out like they did in that third quarter, but they need to do it for longer. I think they just dropped off sort of around the halfway mark of that quarter after such a good start. And Morphettville Park, we all know, like they're one of the fittest teams in the comp, so they're always going to finish well in each quarter. So you have to have that intensity for the full 17 minutes.
Something like that, 17, 20, I reckon, somewhere around there. I think it might be 20 for this awful. Probably just not enough contributors, I think, today for Fitzroy. Sort of just Hannah Martin's just going there and doing her thing, and it's very tough for them inside.
Chelsea Bedell as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Chelsea's just running ragged around the grounds, forwards, backwards, midfield, just in all of those places. So probably just not enough contributors, but definitely if they can come out with the same tempo as they did in that third term, it's going to be an exciting fourth quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Morphettville Park, on the other hand, they've had some really good contributors in the midfield. Hannah Priest has been pretty good, getting a lot of clearances.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with her.
Leah Cutting's obviously winning a lot of the hit-outs, so it's good that their midfield can capitalise on that as well.
Yep.
And obviously their forward line is so strong, like you'd be pretty happy to be delivering into that forward line if you're a midfielder.
Yes, with the likes of Lucy Bellinger and Whiteley, I guess we've called a fair bit today, but they've just been absolutely outstanding. In somewhat tougher conditions, the ball's a little bit greasy, and at times it's been pretty contested, but they've managed to find their way through traffic and deliver to each other and get on the scoreboard.
And it's those two, but then you throw in Caitlin Swanson down there, and you know she's a smart footballer and just has great skills. So your best defenders probably go to
Whiteley and Bellinger, and then that leaves Swanson just to run amok in there, and Daw's been proving a little bit of a handful as well, in particular on the wings and through that middle part.
Yeah, she gives great pressure and is a really tough competitor and wins that contested ball. You know, you'd probably back her into most 50-50 contests.
Absolutely. About to get underway for the fourth quarter here. The ball is in the middle and about to be thrown up. The rain has stopped, which is delightful. Still a little bit windy here, but hopefully the girls can get through the rest of the game without too much rain. We're going to have another stoppage here in the middle. Cutting with another wrap-up tackle following her ruck work today. There she is. Daw, great clearance kick, playing in front, Lucy Bellinger. She just manages to find her way into the front of nearly every contest.
Yeah, she definitely attacks that ball really well, like you want a good forward to do.
The don't argue and the bounce. A little bit of a kick off the ground as the bounce didn't quite come back.
Ooh, just
a little bit high there by Jess Searle. A little bit reckless, but she bounces back. The Fitzroy player, and she's now looking for an option. Good mark there. Sarah Foote looking for a target. Fitzroy with a few numbers here, gets it on the boot. And we're going to have another ball up. Started with a fair few numbers around the contest again in this quarter.
Yeah, even when Fitzroy had the ball just then, they just didn't have anyone to kick to because everyone was in the same area down the line. So
yep,
they just need to spread a bit, I think.
Daw with the hands out, not received. Kicking in danger. Kind of just went to go kick it off the ground a little bit there when the Morphettville Park player had their head over the footy. Long down the line. Bedell in front. Comes in, takes a really easy mark. Just looking for someone. Picks her out but doesn't quite grab the mark. Ball's inside 50. Morphettville Park players, they're just waiting to clean up the footy straight down Bedell's throat. Puts it straight. Great kick inside 50. Puts them under pressure. Back with the flight.
Fantastic
Morphettville
mark.
Park cleaning up again. Great contest there between Leah Cutting and Bedell. Mark inside 50. Happy days. Jessel looking for a target. Great left foot. Hannah Martin nearly on the line. Hoping to get a boot to it and got a boot to it.
Pretty good goal there by Hannah Martin. Just kept working, didn't she? She just never
Absolutely.
gave up.
Didn't give up and kept the ball in front of her and didn't allow it to go across for that easy behinds, which some defenders would really like to that just go across the line. But credit to Hannah Martin and credit to Jessel. Really good left foot kick there inside 50 and puts it into the hot spot, and that's what can happen.
And Chelsea Bedell just patrolling the wall there, really. Just nothing getting past her and locking that in for Fitzroy. So she was a real key to setting up that passage of play.
Absolutely. Going in there for the contest against Leah Cutting, who would have probably usually just taken an easily uncontested mark, and brings that one to ground, and then Jess gets the opportunity. Back inside the middle.
And I think we see as well when Fitzroy get the deep entry, that's when they're looking dangerous, not the shallow entry.
Lucy Bellinger taking a really good mark there at full stretch. Looks for the option. And there it is, lace out again to Whiteley. It's a very penetrating kick, isn't it? It's very low, flat. It's very hard for a defender to get in front or even have the opportunity to spoil. So Whiteley here. Right foot, sneaks it inside. Having an absolute day out is Whiteley, and that moves Morphettville Park to 9 goals 9, and Fitzroy now at 5 goals 1. Very accurate from Fitzroy today in somewhat testing conditions.
Yeah, and that was just a really good passage of play, and that's that ball movement we've been talking about all day with Morphettville Park. They hit that target. They got really good forwards that lead up, and the defender really just can't do anything if the kick is that good.
Absolutely. Defender's nightmare, having someone like Lucy Bellinger hitting a target.
Yeah, and it's just the pressure from the midfield and the pressure around the ball that will stop the good kicks.
Hannah Martin picking up the ball cleanly there, gets another clearance out today for Fitzroy, been working tirelessly. Tackle out there on the far side of the ground. Jen Du with the hands. Morphettville Park just puts it on the boot. Leah Cutting playing in front of her ruckman. Looking for an option. Nice little skip there, and unfortunately puts it straight down Fitzroy's throat. Lauren Buchanan, great tackle.
Yeah, pin the arms. Great tackle.
Lauren's another Sample W player that's just come in and added a bit more experience into this Morphettville Park side. Puts it on the boot. Hannah Martin bumps her player off the ball and just picks it up cleanly. Looks for the player inside. Inside, Lucy Bellinger nearly taking the mark there.
The second efforts too, though, like drops the hard mark. It wasn't an easy mark by any
Not
stretch,
at all.
but drops the mark. Her second efforts gets the ball away and keeps the ball alive for her team.
Whiteley there with a little missed kick, but we're going to have a ball thrown in here. Deep inside Morphettville Park. Forward 50. Priest working hard there again. She's been working hard around the ground in terms of stoppages and really getting that ball moving forwards. Been quite impressed with her game today.
Yeah, definitely working hard around the contest with the 50-50s and the stoppages.
Plenty of people around the footy. Morphettville Park come out with it again. Quick kick inside. Fitzroy clean pickup, gets the hands out the back. Once again, though, the pressure from Morphettville Park, it's just too strong.
Yeah, they've locked it in here again, and you can see that they're setting up their wall as well. So if Fitzroy get a quick kick, they're hoping to lock it in.
Yep. Buchanan takes it out of the clearance. little one off the ground. We've got a touch behind. Morphettville Park now moving to 9 goals 10. Fitzroy at 5 goals 1. They'll be looking to get it out here. A long one to Chelsea Bedell, who's run to the far side. It's probably a really good win for them, getting it out towards